Hi guys, I'm Liv, proud owner of Z Soft Play and Studio. Welcome to episode 2 of Z Talks. Today I sit down with Sophie of Sophit personal training to talk all things family fitness, pregnancy fitness and postpartum training. Let's see what we got chatting about. Hi, I'm Liv, founder of Z Soft Play and Studio in Stockton Heath, and I am super excited to be here with Sophie today, who I exclusively call Sophit. I call her by her branded name, not by her real name, because she is so fit to me. So thanks so much for being here. So talk me through what you do, because obviously I came to you postpartum with my baby, but not everybody will know all the amazing things that you do. So talk us through Sophit.
Okay. Thank you. So I'm Sophie and I'm the founder of Sophit. I've been in the fitness industry for around 7 years as a online fitness coach and personal trainer, predominantly kind of training women. And I'd say over the last 2 years, Sophit has really transformed into kind of being something that's a little bit more about mums and kind of people in that era of life where they're kind of in between versions of themselves. Yeah. In the last 2 years, I've had a baby myself, so can really relate to kind of what that transition period is like. And I found when I fell pregnant with my little girl, I was kind of a bit frightened to train because I feel like there's so much out there that tells you that you shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. But training for me has always been a massive part of my life and I didn't want to just cut it out. So that's when I decided to kind of gain the knowledge of pre and postnatal fitness. And then once I'd learnt all of that, I was like, I can't not share this with people because like the people need to know. So then that's when I set up my pre and postnatal classes, which what you came to.
They were so good, by the way.
Did you love it?
Yeah, absolutely did love it, because obviously I'm not a personal trainer in the way that you are, and I have not got the knowledge that you have. So I basically just seen pregnancy as an excuse to eat Maltesers, and I really went for it.
Don't get me wrong, I did too. But I did just try to move at the same time, because I feel like for me, I realised that training isn't just about like how you look, it's about how it makes you feel as well. Yeah. So I think like screaming that from the rooftops is so important for women kind of in that place where you know you don't feel great in your own body, do you, when you're pregnant or when you've just had a baby. So yeah, I think Sophit has kind of become that place. It's a bit more gentle and more grounded now, because I want to help women who want to feel more confident in their bodies again, but not feel like they have that pressure of like bouncing back or getting back to the pre-baby weight, because like you've already got you're pulled from so many different places, aren't you, when you've just become a mum. And it needs to be more about what you can do with the time that you have. Like if you've got 5 minutes to do a quick workout in your living room, then that's a massive win. Do you know what I mean, when you've just become a mum? So that's kind of where
I definitely felt like that. And coming to your classes, speaking personally, I wasn't in shape. I was probably at my unhealthiest. I was really happy in my life and I had my baby and all the rest of it, but I felt like I almost looked in the mirror and I had a blindness to it and didn't recognise myself, so I just wouldn't look. And actually, do you know what, I don't regret, you know, enjoying myself in pregnancy, but I think certainly what you've taught me and coming to your classes has taught me that there can be a balance. And in my head it was either you go to the gym, you lift weights, you don't eat much, you try and keep your weight down and all the rest of it, or you're at the other end of the spectrum for me. And I felt like coming to you, it was a gentle, healthy approach to getting back into it. How do you deal with those mums who are a bit uncomfortable, probably as I was in that environment? You could tell that they're not the fittest, they're not feeling good about it. It's a hard one, isn't it, how to approach it?
I think maybe just making it a really safe space for people. And like I think when everyone there is in exactly the same boat, it creates a community, doesn't it? And then everyone's there to support one another, because I feel like with that, like we'd be working out, but we'd be talking about feeding and changing and all kinds of things. And I think having that like relatability with everybody in the room really kind of takes the pressure off a little bit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, it definitely does. Do you feel like being a mum yourself has changed you as a trainer at all?
100%, yeah. Because literally I feel like before, for me, it was like, I had to be in shape and I had to have abs, and now I don't care about either. Like I think, no, I don't care. Like I enjoy training for my brain, for having an hour to myself or 40 minutes to myself. And I think as a coach as well, like for for women, I'm now I focus more on how people are literally feeling inside, and not necessarily about the transformation that they create on the outside. I think the wins on the inside are so much bigger than the ones on the outside now, massively.
Yeah.
And I think it's getting that across to people is really important as well, because it's, if you hit your goal weight but you're still so unconfident in your own body, which generally is what tends to happen, then you're not going to be happy, are you? It's about finding happiness in the body that you're in, and the one that's carried you through it all.
Yeah, it's about being grateful for it as well, isn't
100%.
it? And I think coming to your classes benefited from that big time. And just that whole journey of, because I went to all sorts of classes when I was...
you was like walking about 20 miles a day.
Yeah, I was like out walking every day, up the hill, down the hill. And actually I think that really helped me in like feeling better about myself and all the rest of it. Would you say that you kind of enjoy more this, I suppose best way to describe it, this like postpartum world that you found yourself in, family fitness that you found yourself in? Like, is it different in terms of how rewarding it is for you individually?
Yeah, for myself it's definitely more rewarding, because I think seeing a lady come in and that is feeling really like self-conscious and not confident, and then seeing her literally thrive, like that is just massive. And I think for herself, but then to know that I've helped with that, like that's so much more important than watching someone lose a half stone. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it means so much more. And watching people like enjoy like spending time with their children and feeling fit and healthy, like that's what it's all about, in my opinion now.
Definitely. And look, I've seen that firsthand. Probably what would have been useful for me to know, and I wonder if you've got any tips, are taking it back to the start when you do get pregnant, anything that we can do to try and maintain some form of health, fitness. Like you say, there's so much contrasting advice out there about what you can do, what you can't do. Should you lift weights? Should you not lift weights? Like, can you try and dispel some of those myths for us?
Yeah, definitely. I think like anything that you did before you were pregnant, you can continue to do. Like, and you just need to make sure that your heart rate, that you can still speak as you're doing everything, basically. So you're not out of breath when you are training, when you're pregnant. And like listening to your body is so important. Like, so if a day you wake up and you're feeling tired, like you need to rest, and like you need to listen to your baby and your body. And I think that's really refreshing about training women that are in the pre and postnatal like era, because like before I'd just push through, like I'd not necessarily with my clients, but more for myself. And I think my clients would also kind of feel that they just needed to get in and get the sessions done. But now, like, you have to listen to your body when you're pregnant and postpartum, and generally anyway, really, like you should always listen to how your body's feeling and do what it is that you can do with that, if that makes sense.
Definitely. And I think for me, it's one thing going on crash diets, putting on weight, then losing weight when you haven't got a family. But I don't know what you think, but I almost feel as if there's a responsibility to become a little bit more conscious about keeping healthy in a positive way.
100% in front of your children.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And I think for me, is like with having a girl, I'm not to say the boys exactly the same, but like some of the thoughts I used to have at a very young age, like I would not want Winnie to have those thoughts in terms of my body image. Do you know what I mean? So I think I have to be very careful in the way. I know she's only one at the moment, but when she grows up to be a bit bigger, like I want to make sure that exercise and eating healthily, it comes from a really positive place and not from being, creating any kind of issues further down the line, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, totally. And that's something that we've talked about a lot in Zed, and we'll talk about how we can team up in a moment. But for me, we met the soft play manufacturers, and we were having a discussion about how actually soft play is evolving from a sticky, unsanitary, cold environment to somewhere that is more premium and enjoyable for parents. And actually there's a big trend at the moment, and I'm quite keen to encompass this on not only creating a soft play but creating an adjacent studio where it's a family hub where you are working out for yourself, you're looking after yourself as a parent, and we're pretty unapologetic about the fact that we want parents to enjoy this. The kids are at the centre of our world, of course they are, but it's for parents and kids, not just kids. And for me, I think incorporating a world where we, from the very, very young age, have kids seeing their parents exercise and work out and play with them and socialise them without a phone, what could be better for your mental health.
Everyone's winning, aren't they, in that sense, because obviously everyone's happy. In that, yeah, definitely.
I think that's why it's important to have the exercise and the play all in one for me, and it's all together. So coming on to Z then, and I suppose letting everybody at home know how this come about. I knew that I wanted a studio upstairs, and like I said, I knew I wanted that health and well-being to be part of our overall offering. I guess what I didn't know was just how important it would be to be able to take seriously the postpartum aspect of it, and the science behind it as well, I suppose. So talk me through, if you will, kind of what your thoughts were when I kind of said, do you fancy taking your amazing business as you are individually and teaming up on this wild ride?
Well, obviously, I mean, I feel like it's very aligned in a sense, because I think for my classes and kind of what I offer and kind of what your brand is as well, like we are quite on the same path in that sense. So I think it'll work really well together, 100%. And like with the postnatal classes as well, like having for myself, like in that kind of postnatal time, like if I'd have had something like that, like, oh my gosh, I've been sleeping on your doorstep. Do you know what I mean? Like literally I would. Just so it offers everything, doesn't it? It offers like being able to go and do an exercise class, and then you've got downstairs to then entertain your baby for an hour or whatever, and then have a coffee, like it, and you're with everyone that's in the same kind of position as you. So I think it'll all tie in really nicely, and I would have loved to have something like this.
Me too. Literally why I quit my job to create it. I was like, I'm sick of not having something like this. So here we are. Amazing. And talk us through, you've got quite a defined way in which that you talk about your postpartum training, haven't you, in terms of the gentlest, we call them, classes, and then the more energized classes. So talk us through those two.
So there's two different classes and I'll be offering. The first one is called Restore and Reconnect, and the second one is our Reignite classes. So the Restore and Reconnect is going to be a little bit more gentle. It's going to be all about kind of pelvic floor core rehabilitation. Obviously after you've had a baby, that area tends to be quite a lot weaker than it was before, so it's going to be mainly focused on that, breath work, kind of just really re-engaging that area and reconnecting with it. And every class as well, that's bring your baby, obviously, especially in that kind of early days, you need that kind of offering at that point.
Anything literally that we can do that isn't just sat looking at this child like, whoa, how are we going to spend 24 hours together?
Absolutely,
it is good.
And completely baby led. So if baby needs changing or feeding, etc., that's completely fine. And there will be like a sensory element to every class as well, so baby will be really entertained, and it'll be kind of a really lovely experience for the baby as well. So that's the Restore and Reconnect class. And then the Reignite class will be a little bit more upbeat. It'll be kind of working on fitness, but it'll be progressive. So obviously if someone comes at 7 weeks postpartum, like I don't expect them to be doing the same as someone that's 9 months postpartum, etc. So we'll always tailor the class so that it suits everyone's needs and give them like different programming to suit everybody, if that makes sense. So that's the Reignite class, and again, completely baby led. You can bring your baby with you, a little sensory element for the babies as well. That's the
I'm excited for that part. And for me, as silly as it sounds, when I used to come to mum and baby exercise classes, just walking in somewhere with good music, fun vibe, could pretend that actually I haven't been up all night covered in sick. I could pretend that I've been up all night at some kind of rave. I used to come into these kind of baby exercise classes, and you do get a bit of a dopamine hit from it, do you?
Definitely.
It's good.
It's good. And the endorphins are flowing as well, aren't they, from obviously moving, and then again just being around other people that are in the same position as you as well, I think is like someone else hasn't slept as well as you kind of feel like, oh thank goodness, do you know what I mean, I'm not the only one that feels shattered. So I think that is community vibes as well is really good.
Okay, so what about for the lucky mums who we catch before they've had baby, and maybe they don't need to go down the Malteser rabbit hole that I went down, and actually they could maintain some of their fitness and all those benefits beforehand, because I know that you've got some exciting ideas about being fit whilst you're pregnant, haven't you? So talk us through what you're thinking about that.
Yeah, so we're going to be running a prenatal class called Bump and Move, and it's going to be like a low impact class, which basically is all about supporting you in your pregnancy and doing like pregnancy safe exercises, keeping you moving, keeping you active, and just having an hour to yourself, and kind of where you can connect with your body but also your baby as well in that time. I actually have run prenatal classes before when I was pregnant myself, and it was it was just so uplifting. Every week we'd turn up, everyone was pregnant at very similar times, like within 3 months of each other. So I think in that time as well, especially being a first time pregnant, like you don't know what's normal and what's not, do you? So we'd constantly have little chats about, oh, I've been feeling this, I've been feeling that. So again, it's that kind of community feeling, and being around other ladies that are pregnant is really, really nice and uplifting as well. Yeah.
And how amazing that you were pregnant when you've ran these classes in the past. Have you got some kind of secret source where you get all this energy from? Please share.
No, I don't think I have, to be honest. I wasn't really feeling that energized at all. But I just really wanted to. I think I wanted that community. I wanted other people to be able to speak to as well. Like, and I thought there wasn't really anything like that, and there was no pregnancy classes around that I could go to, because they're just not really about, are they? So and that's why I set it up, because I was like, it'd be really nice to have other women to train with and to kind of and help as well. And yeah, so it works out really, really nice. And we're still in a group chat now, and we still always chat about babies. Not they're all very similar ages and meet up sometimes. So it is really, really nice to have that support.
Well. No, it is important, isn't it? Because everybody has friends and everybody has family members who have been through this. Of course, they do before, but there's something about talking to a stranger who's at exactly the same point in pregnancy as you are, and they're living it now in the modern world. And you know, it's not your mum or your auntie who said, oh well, back when I was 20 weeks pregnant, this is what they used to say. There's, I don't know, just something about it, going to your hospital, it's just nice, isn't it?
Definitely, yeah. And it's like you say, it's just having someone to be able to message and be like, oh, like I'm feeling this, like have you ever been through this before? And they're in that same position as you. So yeah, I think it really puts your mind at ease as well in some ways. And we'd literally turn up on a Sunday morning and like work out and chat while we were talking through our weeks and how we've been feeling and stuff. So yeah, it was really nice.
Okay,
definitely.
So pregnancy fitness is here to stay. And what's that one called?
Bump and Move.
Bump and Move. Love it. And in case anybody is nervous, let's say you come into class, you've not exercised for 6 months, then baby has some kind of toilet related emergency, then they need feeding. Is that okay?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I said, completely baby led, so whatever is needed is needed. And obviously I'm an extra pair of hands, so I can always help out with anything that's, you know, if you want to carry on with your squats, I can hold the baby for a second.
Basically free childcare, aren't you, at that
absolutely.
point?
Can't hold them all, but I can do it.
I know. Well, I remember my little boy kind of had a little bit of thing for you.
Yeah, he did.
It was basically his first mission in flirting, age 6 months, I think.
You walk in, you go.
He's like looking at it like this, and that was what was so nice for me, and fair to all of the baby exercise classes that I'd been to. You feel so comfortable, you get to know everybody, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm getting into this, I'm going to finish this squat, so can you just take them for 10 seconds?
Definitely. And I think that's really important as well, because you want to feel like you've had a good workout as well afterwards, don't you? So you don't want to feel like you're chasing your baby around constantly. So obviously I'm here to help with that as well.
Now, obviously, we've talked a lot there about mums and about women, which is your specialism, and I know that you've got so much knowledge that I've been so lucky to gain from on the postnatal, postpartum fitness. We have got something a little bit different, haven't we, that we are planning for Saturday mornings at Z at the early old hour of 7 a.m. till 9 a.m, which we've all lived a life, haven't we, as parents by that point. Absolutely. So talk us through. Exactly. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the world. So yeah, talk us through Saturday mornings with Sophit at Z.
Okay, so tag teaming boot camp is what we're going to be doing basically. So with what it entails is there'll be 2 boot camp classes back to back. Maybe mums go up first while dads have baby downstairs. Quick 40-minute workout, and then they'll swap over. And both parents have had a great workout, baby's had a lovely play, and then you don't have like the guilt of having to send the baby to the nan and granddads or childcare for the morning. So it's a win-win for everyone, really. Yeah, that's the...
It is a win-win for everyone. And in the theme of trying to create something that I want myself.
Literally.
This is basically what this whole business
we would
is
have
about.
absolutely loved that. Like, oh my gosh, it would have been unbelievable. Because I think we'd do tag teaming, but then like the gym's 20 minutes away. So then it ended up being literally 1 o'clock and we both gymmed. Do you know what I mean? So for that, it's done by 9 o'clock, which is perfect, isn't it?
Done by 9 o'clock. You can come with your friends, or there'll be other kids and other mums, dads downstairs that will also be in a similar throes of parenthood as you are. And I suppose you're up and out and dressed, and don't get me wrong, I miss those days of lying in till 10 a.m. pre-kids when, you know, nothing was an issue, was it? No. Whereas now I think, right, well, if I'm going to be up, if you're going to get me up at 6 o'clock every day, let's go out and do something for all of us. And hopefully we'll be like ingraining into these kids that this is what normal parents do. They exercise, they look after themselves, and
again, it's that like positive
exercise, isn't it? Because I don't know about you, but sometimes when you've been at work all week, you get to the weekend, baby doesn't know it's a weekend, they still wake up and want to do something. Whoever it is that gets the luxury of going out for an hour to do the shop or to go to the gym, you're like, damn.
Yeah, but this way, everyone's a winner, aren't they? Yeah, 100%.
Everyone goes. And what can we expect in terms of those classes? Will that be a bit more HIIT? Will that be a bit more high energy?
I think with that, if it is mums and dads that are coming, then it might be the best having like a more of a postpartum friendly boot camp first, and then maybe a bit more high intensity one for the dads, the second one. So I think that may be how it will run.
Yeah, I think the good thing that I've always enjoyed about your classes is there's progressions and regressions to it, isn't there? If you're feeling strong and you're super fit and you think, actually, I could push on and do more, I feel like you've got a bit of an eye to say, right, you're going to do an extra burpee on that bit or whatever it might be. Actually, you're ready to do burpees, whereas, right, you just take it slowly. You'll be at burpees in a couple of weeks, but let's get there first.
That's really important as well in the postnatal classes, is having those progression and regressions for everyone, because like I say, someone might be 7 weeks, someone might be nine months postpartum, but having that differences will obviously adapt for everybody then. Yeah.
So I guess to bring it all together then, we've obviously got Sophit at Z, and we'll have our gentler restore and reconnect classes, and then we'll have our more high energy reignite classes, as well as the tag team Saturday mornings. 2 parents can come along. If there was one thing that you could say to any mums now who maybe are pregnant, are worried about their fitness, or perhaps they're in the early stages of postpartum and they're thinking about it, but it all seems a little bit overwhelming to get back into it, what piece of advice would you say to anybody who's thinking about fitness in that stage of life?
Yeah, okay. I think you don't need to do it all. You just need to begin. Like, you just need to do add one little difference into your lifestyle now, whether that's going on a 20-minute walk a day or doing 1 class a week where you can come spend an hour on yourself and just make some feel a little bit better in yourself in that sense. And it's not about feeling that kind of pressure of bouncing back. It's all about kind of taking baby steps and just finding a way to find the version of yourself where you're confident again.
I love that. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. And I can't wait to see Sophie at Z from September.
I'm so excited.
Thanks everybody for listening. Hope that was a useful insight into the world of fitness, particularly from someone like Sophie, who is just an absolute wealth of knowledge. Like and subscribe, and tune in next time for more Z Talks. See you soon.